This time, I feel that the price is not high, and we can enjoy the 14-hour journey, calculated based on the ride and return to the starting point. We have more than 50 tour members, and there is only one driver and tour guide to take care of us. He is responsible for picking up the guests to the attractions of the journey and ensuring that everyone is ready to drive. He seems to be just a driver, lacking professional language explanations. The tour members need to take the initiative to ask about the length of stay at each attraction. His service attitude is not stable. At the first attraction, he was still proactive in taking care of the needs of the tour members and had no time management. When it was time to return, he became more silent, and the tour members had to take the initiative to ask questions. Because this attraction is quite lively and hundreds of kilometers away from the city center, it's lucky that the group members were safe and sound and did not get lost. The night before departure, we notified the meeting point by email. There are 5 boarding points to choose from, which is convenient, but it may be better for travelers to notify one day earlier so that they can make more preparations for the arrangements to the meeting point. Although it is a bilingual Chinese and English driver guide, the driver van spoke English 95% of the time throughout the trip, and only the important rules of the itinerary were explained in Chinese. Fortunately, his English is simple and easy to understand, so there is no problem in receiving the message. The scenery along the Great Ocean Road is beautiful, and the 12 rock formations and some fault cliffs are spectacular and worth seeing. One of the surprises of the trip was that the tour guide set up a small stall on the beautiful riverside, providing free breakfast, with coffee, tea, orange juice and cookies. Thumbs up emoji. The one-day trip to the Great Ocean Road has a very tight itinerary, so you must be mentally prepared. Starting from Melbourne, you will stay at each attraction for about 20 to 40 minutes, including walking, taking photos, and going to the bathroom. The time is just right, and it does not feel like a leisurely tour. When the time is up, you must quickly get on the bus and rush to the next stop. Lunch was done at Apollo Bay, which only took 1 hour. I brought a simple snack of bread and fruit to save a lot of time and foraging. There is a small supermarket food works where you can buy some water, drinks, salads, and even deli grilled chicken. Personally, I think the only place worth visiting in the itinerary is the 12 Apostles. This may be because the coastal scenery is hard to be shocked by for people from island countries. However, after leaving Melbourne, I came to the countryside and the seaside, forest. It feels closer to the life of Australians. It is worth it. Advantages: the driver is Lao Yang from Hong Kong. He is not very enthusiastic and polite, but his driving skills are very good and the ride is smooth and comfortable. Although there are mountainous roads in the second half of the trip, there is no motion sickness. If you are prone to motion sickness, it is recommended that you drive by yourself. Prepare motion sickness medicine. At the first rest stop, Lao Yang will prepare morning tea, simple black tea, coffee, and biscuits to give the trip a good start. No eating or drinking is allowed on the bus. If there are families with young children, this itinerary may not be suitable. Before the end of the trip, Lao Yang will ask everyone many times to give 5-star reviews, which makes people feel a little burdened. Disadvantages: Klook allows customers to book 1 day in advance, so I booked 2 days in advance, booked on Thursday and departed on Saturday. However, I did not receive an email confirmation, nor did I receive the supplier's contact information, which made me feel uneasy. It wasn't until an hour before departure that I obtained the supplier's company phone number through Klook's English customer service. Please go to the meeting point early according to the agreed time of 7:30. I arrived at 7:10. Unexpectedly, the car never came. Others waiting at the scene called the phone number provided by the supplier to inquire, and they learned that they would arrive at 7:55. I waited for a full 45 minutes. Based on the quality of the supplier's prior contact, I can only give 1 star. The itinerary was very well arranged. We spent much time on the bus, but it was expected because the Great Ocean Way is very long. The view along the way was quite nice. We went to a lot of places in a day and the time we spent at each spot was just right. Vance was our guide, also the driver, who was very nice and helpful from the beginning to the end of the journey. He shared a lot of stories and fun facts throughout the trip at the proper time. Overall, this trip is recommended for people who has limited time and doesn't have their own car in Melbourne.